Hello guys, S2W here as your average consumer with another casual consumer's review. For this pickup, it's a sneaker that I've always wondered what it was like in hand. I've always wondered about its comfort, overall aesthetic, and purpose as well, as I view this as a model that evolved from the traditional mesh silhouette of the Adidas NMD R1. Today, I have the Adidas NMD Trail by White Mountaineering in the olive colorway for a review. Now, this silhouette isn't something new, as the first models were launched half a year ago or even possibly last year in 2016. The most iconic colorways in my mind that I remember were created in the collab with White Mountaineering as well. And for those who don't know, White Mountaineering is a Japanese fashion label established in 2006 and has recently started collaborating with Adidas Originals since 2015. Around January of 2017, which was about 6 months ago from this video's upload date, White Mountaineering has brought the Adidas NMD Trails to light, sporting a flashy medley of red, white, and blue colors, with a second simple yet clean colorway of black and white for their previous collaboration. Half a year later and now, Adidas have paired up with White Mountaineering once again to create their next project, which includes a set of olive colorway and another black colorway of the NMD R2, Stan Smith Boost, and also the NMD Trail. I have the olive colorway of the Adidas NMD Trail today, so let's take a closer look at these sneakers. Straight off the bat, these NMD Trails to me is basically an Adidas NMD R1 with a thicker treaded sole. Offering the unique urban aesthetic of the NMD with the hiking boost in mind, I feel like they're trying to combine the themes of outdoor or nature with fashion together. I mean, hearing the word trail in its name automatically makes me think these were designed to be hiking shoes. However, the upper of the shoe is interestingly made out of prime knit, which is known to offer a flexible fit with adaptable support and ultralight comfort. If I didn't do any research, I honestly wouldn't have known the upper was specifically prime knit honestly, as the material is not as stretchy as normal prime knit NMDs. And again, as hiking shoes in mind, you would think the upper material would be a little more protective and sturdy. It's interesting though, because it's my first time witnessing a NMD R1 silhouette with a PK upper that's not with a sock collar but a textile sock liner like mesh R1s, so it is certainly refreshing. At the toe box area, we have a soft dark olive TPU overlay running into the beginning of the midfoot region, acting as the toe guard. But since it's forgiving, I honestly don't think it'll do much performance wise, and it's more for aesthetic purposes to follow the theme of the trail. At least now when you're walking on a declining surface, it won't feel like your toes will rip through the knit. Jokes aside, both the lateral and medial side of the shoe is a mirror version of each other. You will noticeably see the 3 white striped logo of Adidas, and interestingly enough, 2 dark olive stripes in between the space of the Adidas logo. I guess the additional overlays added in between will add more structural support to the sides and thus increase the durability a bit more than usual. But again, I don't think it'll enhance a lot, maybe it's just for visuals, creating a subtle look of a W and M on each side. Near the back of the shoes, the knit transitions into the same color as the toe guard overlay, with a uniquely designed plastic heel mold granting us a securing fit and natural mobility. Under this mold is what I would like to call a little white triangular flag with their special collab logo on it, consisting of Adidas's Trailfoil logo on top of 3 stripes that are shaped like a downward arrowhead. We can't forget the staple NMD pull tab, but for this collab, the text reads White Mountaineering instead of the Adidas slogan. Moving up towards the sneaker, you will see flat olive laces that complements the overall tone of this shoe, threaded through the plastic eye stay iconic to the NMD R1s. At the tongue area, you will see the special collab logo patch stitched on like how the Adidas XR1 patches were sewn, leaving the sides opened up. Inside the shoe, the midsole floor bed has a layer of fabric stuck on top of the boost cushioning with their collab logo printed on it at the heel area. You can say this is a non-removable insole, but truthfully, there's no cushioning properties at all. It just feels like the same felt-like layer on a regular NMD, but without any boost windows. Other than that, the inner lining seems pretty much alike to every mesh NMD. There's some minimal cushioning at the back inner lining, but not really. Cushioning wise, like I've mentioned, they use the ultra popular NMD Boost midsole that energizes our every step, famous for its squishy properties. Although less apparent on NMDs, I honestly would assume the same feeling on these. On the lateral side, just like the NMD R1s, we have 2 EVA plugs, one on each end, while the front plug has Adidas's logo on it. Whereas on the medial side, we will see one back plug only, set to stiffen up the boost material in order to offer increased stability when we walk. Lastly, under the shoe, this is where it's the most different and the highlight of this model, where you can see the rubber outsole threaded and rippled out aggressively. Inspired by hiking boots, it offers us the traction one would expect from trail shoes. At the midfoot area, you will see the familiar Adidas logo and branding plate in olive. Anyways, here are some Adidas NMD Trail by White Mountaineering and the olive colorway fit footage. Fit wise, I got these at my true to size because I like to put insoles in my NMDs, but generally speaking, even though they were made out of prime knit, the knit upper is not as elastic as the traditional prime knit NMD. It feels like something is holding down the knit to prevent them from stretching out too much. The toe guard possibly, but go with your regular NMD mesh sizing I would say. If you can't, half size down should work also. It's just your toes would be jamming the plastic toe guard overlay, but good thing that part is soft as well. Comfort wise in my opinion, I honestly felt that the cushioning feels overall the same as regular NMDs. When you've worn something like the Ultra Boost, EQT Boost, or Pure Boost for a while, I personally have to say I don't feel much boost on the NMD version 1s. If you have to be specific, you won't feel much of the boost on these trails as the thicker trail also is absorbing a lot of impact as well. I have to say though, even though the ripples of the ulsa on these trails look aggressive and rigid, it still feels flat on the ground. Your feet will also be higher against the floor because of the outsole, which was something I noticed immediately upon wearing. Now I'm a bit taller now, hell yeah. Also, this shoe is noticeably more heavy than probably all the NMDs I have reviewed so far, which actually gives me some sort of assurance mentally if I were to use these as extensive walking shoes. Price wise, these were retailed at $290 Canadian before tax, more expensive than normal because it's a collab. Overall, the design looks sick. I like the booty of this sneaker the most because the back looks very modern looking, unique as a collab, and implanted nicely on such an urban looking model like the NMD. As always, throw me some likes if you like this video and let me know what you guys think about the NMD Trail collab by White Mountaineering with Adidas. When I think of trails, I think of hiking through rough patches of soil, rocks, pebbles, and hills in humid, damp, and wet environments. I don't think these shoes were built for hiking, but a nod to this breathtaking outdoor activity. Again, because this upper is made out of prime knit without any other external overlay protection or weatherproof material, I feel like the shoe will get ruined easily in such vigorous activity and dynamic environment anyways. But shoes are meant to be worn regardless, and let's be real, anyone would take these to hiking over any regular NMD. But what I'm trying to get at is, these are definitely constructed more for fashion than for outdoor use. Get yourself a real trail shoe if you were to go trail walking. That's it for today, S2W signing off.